Hey, Bentbrook back, and today I want to give you some reflections on my Bushcraft cook kit and some changes that I have made to it. Right off the bat, originally I had a knife by Creek Stewart's company in here that came with this pouch. What I have done since is added my own Nestmook. This is actually, I say my own, this is made by Jeff White. What I did was I scraped it off, gave it its own patina, and I gave it oak and brass handles. These have been sanded down because it's a small knife and because this profile is so small, and the one that Jeff White created, I ended up giving it kind of an extra thick handle so that it holds well. This is one of the sharpest knives I have. It slices through just about anything. This is a convex grind that's currently on it right now. Made this little sheath for it. Just slides in there, folds over and snaps. Nothing fancy, but it gives me a really sharp functional knife on the outside of the bag. Alright, so let's get into it. I'll just pull things out, show you what I have and what's different, what else is different from what I've shown you previously in kind of my tabletop version. Okay, so other changes. Somebody noted pretty quickly before that I was missing my utensils. That's because they were in the washing rack. This one actually has got some fuzz on it from being used today. This is a cedar spoon that I carved, and I like because it's durable, it's handmade, it goes into deep bags. This is my little coffee spoon that came with the Kapilka cup. It's lightweight, it's small, great for stirring coffee. And then this is my Light My Fire titanium spork. Nice spoon here. This is good if you're having steak or something like that, like I did the other night. So those are some things, some details that I didn't really go over previously in terms of that. Bushcraft Blaze Grill, I've definitely used that and enjoyed that. I'll insert a picture of a steak that I had recently with that. Bushcraft Essential Stoves, I use this everything from twig fires to frequently just holding my Trangia burner because it's easy and it's quick. If I don't want to go the twig fire route, if it's just morning coffee, I need some caffeine in my system so I can think, then I'll often do that. It's also nice to boil water when I'm finding in the morning, boil water for coffee, and then make a little twig fire in a fire pit, for example, and use my grill to do some actual cooking, to toast some bread, stuff like that. This is the handle to this pan. I think I showed you this before. It was my little Swiss Army knife that I also keep in there. So this is the pan. You've already seen this pan. Works great. This plate works in conjunction with the pan. So just this morning I was making some jalapeno cheddar biscuits with sausage gravy from Packet Gourmet, and I cooked them in this pan. I used this as a lid, and it worked really, really well. There's something forgot about these. These are little aluminum tongs that I have in this kit. Not aluminum, these are titanium. And the way they work, they just have this little brass screw, and that just goes into place, and then voila, you have tongs. These are made by AMG Titanium. These are extremely useful for picking up hot things. If my grill slides off, I can put it back. If I want to take the lid here off, extremely useful. In all my years of cooking, I've always enjoyed tongs. I thought, are these going to be too small to be useful? But no, these are extremely useful. So just wanted to bring that up. So those things I think you've seen before. Alright, and here, this is my MSR Seagull pot, and I believe I showed you before what I have in it with my GSI scraper. This works wonders. I had sticky sort of biscuit dough in the pan. I was able to get it out with this today. Also a lighter, my Trangia, a double-sided thing. I think that's all familiar territory for you, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. By the way, all these little stuff sacks are nothing fancy, but they're ones that I made out of some material that I ordered online. Okay, a big limitation here. Love my Kapilka cup. I've used it for a long time. It's a nice size. It fits neatly in here. But there's a problem that I encountered with this kit this trip, and that was I don't have anything that allows me to measure liquids for purposes of recipes. Huge oversight on my part. I've already taken care of it, ironically. At home, I have an a la Camp Sierra cup, and I bought it because it's stainless steel. It goes with this stainless steel kit, and also because it has measurements inside that are nicely stamped. It's a heavy-duty cup. It's really sturdy, and so that's one of the things that I need to do is swap that out with this. So that's one limitation that I uncovered. Another limitation that I uncovered is a spatula. I need a spatula to be able to flip some things that are in here. Tongs are great, but sometimes if you're doing pancakes or if you're doing, as I found this morning, biscuits, you're just going to need something that allows you to get under and scoop it out. So one of my additions that I'm going to need, bring the a la Camp Sierra cup with the gradations, the measurements inside, and then I also need to get a spatula for this. One big addition since the last time I showed you this kit is this. I decided ultimately that I wanted to be able to boil water and have a dedicated water boiling container. And that's what this is. This is a GSI kettle. What I have inside is my cleaning kit. This is Dr. Bronner's. This is a very eco-friendly kind of soap. It has a nice peppermint smell. You can use it to clean your hands, your face. People say you can use this for just about everything. There are tons of uses on the larger bottle. It makes for interesting reading if you're bored in camp. But that's that, and then a little square of two-sided, scraper green stuff here, regular sponge here. So that's my camp cook kit, which I did not have before in this. I wanted to add that. The other thing that I've added to this particular list is the Sea to Summit kitchen sink. This is a 5-liter, basically collapsible but expandable water container. So it can hold 5 liters for whatever purpose I want. If I want to wash all my dishes in that, if I had lots of them that were really dirty, I could do that. If I wanted to bathe myself, I could do that. I have a pack towel, a little pack towel washcloth, so I could use that as well. But this is something that fits inside of here and that can be really useful. If you have dirty dishes, just put them in there in the water. I can boil water again in this container and then add it to some cold water so I have a nice temperature for bath water. Well, bath water or for cleaning dishes, dishwater. So that fits in there nicely along with my Dr. Bronner's, although I just opened that up and it's going to be kind of squishy. But anyway, those go in here and this goes in that. So that's my update. 2 limitations that I found: the absence of a spatula, the need for a measuring cup in essence. But I can take care of that with my a la Camp. I will insert a picture of that so you know what I'm talking about. And when I find the ideal spatula, it can slide in the back of this kit easily enough with my other utensils. Creek, on the inside of that, he has some pockets, and that's where I put like the handle for my my skillet as well as those other utensils. So hope you've enjoyed this little update about my Bushcraft cook kit. And if you have any suggestions or any questions about it, please let me know. I'll be glad to try to answer them, and I'm certainly receptive to suggestions that you might have. So I appreciate you watching, and hope you've enjoyed this. Talk to you soon. Bent Brook out.